Well, you all are waiting for totality for an eclipse of the sun and the moon. Well, how about an eclipse of this? And how about some clippings of this? I'm going to be sharing with you this morning some voicemail messages that were left and conversations. We're going to start with Days Inn, 18 Edison Drive, Augusta, Maine, and the town manager, as well as exploiting the police and the politicians involved in sex trafficking and the sexual assault that happened. That's right, Chris Mílls was the chief of police for Augusta. Simon York was assigned to the case. There is a case number, but you see, Chief Mílls tried to victim shame me, and all that did was lead me to Washington, D.C. So I've been up and down the highway, across the nation, up and down, back and forth, and telling everything about everybody that had involvement in sex trafficking. Not only me, destroying my family, the ones that are out here harassing me, terrorizing, and stalking over social media. All your names are exploited on paper in black magic marker and have been written all over my windows from Anson, Maine to Seminole County, Florida. Do you have any questions? Because all of you in between got named as well. You were written on my windshield. I parked on the side of the highway in many different states just so the traffic could go by, and they were taking pictures of your names and everything, just so you know. I told you I was going to exploit you. You should have never crossed me. You should have never lied about me. You shouldn't have hurt my dog. You shouldn't have taken my dog. You shouldn't have burned down my homes, and you just should not have. Okay? So with that being said, Garland, Maine, you know exactly where I'm coming from, don't you, Laurie? You heard me very loud and clear, didn't you, Lee? When I told you it's not your business, I don't ask you where you or what you use for a tampon. When you ask me my information, you see, I'm not the one to fool with, now am I? Do you understand? I have strong lineage in this country, being the founder of Cape Cod, Massachusetts, my grandfather. Straight up lineage, times 2, maybe 3, maybe 4 or 5. But let me tell you something, I've got direct lineage to the monarchy. Do you want to call me a liar? Go ahead, Christopher. Go ahead, you stupid fucking bitches. Don't be a Donna. And please, don't be a pedophile predator like a Joel or a Jeff. Scary to mean. Isn't that right, Mr. Chief Buckman? Listen up, you're going to hear the conversation that was one way, and I left the voicemail for Mr. Town Manager of Augusta, Maine. Assault that happened at 18 Edison Drive, Days Inn, that Mr. Chief of Police, former Chief of Police Christopher Mílls, talked to me on the phone last year and tried to persuade me, victim shame me, and tell me that I didn't want to speak with the officer assigned to the case, which no the fuck I did not want to. I wanted to talk with a female. Why do I want to talk to a male pig after I've been sex trafficked by police and politicians? Which led to me speaking with top dog agent Christopher Ray, October 4th, 2023. And I report to Washington, D.C. Did you just hear those directions telling you that I'm turning off on the North Carolina ramp? That's right, because I'm heading to Washington, D.C. to rally and protest against Augusta, Maine police, as well as... And that was on my way back from confirming that my daughter had been pronounced as they came to my home. 2 state police from the state of Maine came to my home shortly after Christmas time to tell me what? That my daughter was deceased? But guess what? My daughter is alive and well. The last time I knew anyway. The government, the governor, and everybody involved in sex trafficking throughout the state of Maine, which would be Franklin County Sheriff Scott Nichols, Dale Lancaster from Somerset, Bob Scott, Bob Young, and many, many more. So don't think for a minute that the chief of police, who you are going to get away with sex trafficking and letting my sexual exploiting situation get swept under the rug and off the radar. Do you understand me, Mr. Chief of Police of Augusta, Maine? I will be calling back to speak with you a second time. I will call in and see if you're ready to talk to me. Thank you. I left a great lengthy message for the chief, but here's the deal. I record everything I do and say, and I'm in Washington. I'm rallying and protesting against the state of Maine, the government, and all the police due to the fact that I was sex trafficked and assaulted. I was sexually assaulted at the Days Inn, Edison Drive, and Mr. Chris Mílls victim shamed me, and I want to speak with somebody immediately because nobody has the right to invade my privacy and have my phone number. So therefore, I'm your boss. Get them on the phone now, please. Welcome to Virginia.
City Manager Mills. I'm not available to take your call. Please leave me a message and I'll call you back. Thank you and have a great day.
You may start your message now. You're not allowed to have people's phone numbers because you violate privacy with having cell phones interfered by your police. Now, with that being said, this is Kimberly Cross in parentheses house. I came to your city hall and reported to General Assistance with an eyewitness that gave me a ride there with copies of emails, voicemails, and conversations as well as text messages where I was sexually assaulted at the 18 Edison Drive Days Inn, Augusta, Maine, by a guy at the lobby that calls himself Sam when he locked me in room 116. Now, Mr. City Manager, we know that Chief Mílls, who is former Chief Mílls, tried to victim shame me, and you all have the hidden information. So I suggest you get together with your little girls and you find out where all the copies of the emails and all of the information that the girl from General Assistance took pictures from my cell phone to her cell phone. I suggest you get that information. This is April 1st, 2024. And if you didn't hear it on this recording while I'm driving, I'm already in Virginia heading to Washington, D.C. to exploit all of you. Protest and rallying against the state of Maine, Augusta, Maine, City Hall, town managers, the police, and everybody involved in exploiting, hiding the information of sex trafficking. So I suggest you stop asking for phone numbers and you start answering the goddamn phone. Do you understand me? I'm your boss. We the people are demanding that you step down or we will request that you resign now. What are your dates for the Peanut Festival in Emporia this year? And next up will be the conversation with Bob Stefano in regards to the sex trafficking through Dreamland Amusements. That's right, the amusement, the traveling amusement, the rides, the games, the food. Every time you buy a candy apple, a popcorn, a doughboy, a ticket, a bracelet, attend a show, you are contributing to sex trafficking and human trafficking, the abuse of women and children. I don't give a goddamn about the males. They're the ones doing it, okay? But you're paying for them to do it. I'm a survivor, and I'm out here telling you that enough is enough. And if I see you at a fair, entering the gates as I ride by, if I happen to do so, I'm going to shame all of you. Do you understand where I'm coming from? And I'm going to say you don't care about your family or your children if you take them to a carnival. That's it. You listen to what I have to say in the next video about the fairs, festivals, and carnivals. Isn't that right? Tommy McGovern's former wife? Because I was the mistress for how many years? Isn't that right, Laura? You're the one that set it up, so I guess I could call you the madame. Imagine that. What are your dates for the Peanut Festival in Emporia this year? Mind you, they're in Georgia right now, set up at a mall spot.
I heard you. The third weekend in September, I believe. How can I help you with that?
Well, here's the thing. I'm traveling from Maine to Florida, across to California, and up to the Dakotas, and everywhere in between. And I know that you probably don't know me by name, but you will by face. I was Tommy McGovern's mistress for 21 years out there on that show. And I also used to stay at the winter quarters in Leesburg So what I'm doing is I'm inviting you and Jerry, seems how Tommy's been dead for 7 years, to explain to me and the whole nation about the sex trafficking, all the drugs, and all the money that I received counterfeit from the Leesburg winter quarters. And you can also ask Mr. Donald Sykes about him pulling a gun on me July 2017 out there in the lot. And with that being said, Mr. Bob Stefano, I'm calling you to let you know, fuck you. So if you didn't hear it the first time, you heard it the second and the third time, right? Because I'm not holding anything back. I have healed. Time and time again, they've swatted me in the past 3 years, all right? They've taken my daughter. They've tried to kill my daughter. She's been pronounced dead. She was found in a hospital situation like that. And she's to have advert her train of thought and way of thinking. She has to reverse every answer she gives in every conversation she has due to the fact that they have scared her so bad with the death experiences. And I didn't say near death because it was death. She was pronounced. And again, like I said, I'm still waiting for the Maine State Police Freedom of Information form that was received by public records. And that's right. They're continuing to hide the information. They don't want you to know why Trooper Adams and the others showed up at my property unannounced, banging on my camper windows and door, walking around my trailer, noting there were no lights on and they're all on camera doing it. Can you understand that, people? This place is disgusting. Boycott Maine. And again, if I see you out here putting your children on rides or anything like that, I'm going to shame you publicly. Do you understand me? Have a great day.